last left off, the mutant squid had just attacked the concert that they were throwing for Eot. Uh, they made a little bit of barter for the concert, but they also got a whole lot of um, damage that they've got to fix up, and they had a lot of people get wrecked. And Harpoon Jack and his crew just sort of rode off, laughing at the destruction. Um, Apparently, having been there for that the whole time, Mutant Squid has finally moved off. Um, Eot disappeared for a while, but eventually washed up, still battered and bruised. Um, and before we get started into the actual action here, we've got some pre-game, some beginning game stuff that we got to do. First of all, Starlight, you got a gang last week. You'll notice I gave you a handout that says Starlight's gang. What you'll be doing with that is when you need to have a gang member that you just name, somebody that you can just have be somebody that you assign to a task or something, you'll just put their name in there. And you can even rename that from Starlight's gang to a specific gang name, I don't know, the fucking Grease Guzzlers, or the Toe Fingers, or whatever you want to call them. But they're your
Starlight Super Troopers.
there you go. There you go. But you can rename them that. In addition, any of those gang members that you create as named people, much the way that our friend Greasy did with his NPCs, they exist within the context of the world. And they they're your followers, and they're your gang. They kind of do what you ask them to do, for the most part. But there is room for them to be sort of their own people as well. And as such, the more you interact with a named gang member, you can start putting their name in your HX, in your context and whatnot, and you'll have HX that you can build up with those gang members that you have named. So they can be useful in that sense as well.
How many do I have in the gang?
I believe you have about 10, I believe, is a medium size. We'll say 10 for now.
Okay.
Sounds right.
One should totally be a girl named Becca who's completely obsessed with you and has absolutely no skills whatsoever other than her outgoing positivity that just keeps everyone chipper.
I was going to say, was this someone
Wow.
that you dated?
No, it's a character I've been working on, and it's a little different than this Becca, but I just thought of it randomly. I was like, oh my god. Just like, I really like you. You're like the smartest person I ever know. I love the work you do.
Oh, I'm getting a Becca.
But in addition to that, we have a few things we got to do. We got to kick off with some highlighted stats. And I think tonight we'll start with Starlight. Starlight, who has the highest HX with her?
I'm at 1.
Castiel, you're at 1.
With finger toes, I have 3.
So you have the highest. So you pick her. You pick a highlighted stat for her.
I want to see her be weird today.
I love you.
Well,
everybody loves a rock star.
I'm gonna go with cool,
but not a drummer.
I love you too. I don't actually 100% know how.
Actually, you know what? Weird. You know what? Scratch that. I'm gonna go with hot, because that's the stat for manipulation, and you are actually, because you now have a gang. You're gonna be it'll give you a reason to interact more. Because you kind of gotta figure things out with your gang. So I want to see how you do as a leader. All right, so Yacht, who has the highest HX with yacht?
I only have one.
Oh, I have 3.
All right, Starlight.
Nice.
What stat do you want to highlight for our child thing?
Oh, let's see here. I want to see him be sharp.
All right. I'm gonna go with cool. We're
Okay,
trying
those
to
are
give
the
you.
two that were already highlighted.
I'm
Oh
just.
shit. Do you need to be
Well.
hard?
You could pick weird.
Okay, you know what? I want to see him go into the maelstrom.
Yeah.
So I need to see him be weird
Yes.
today.
I'm just gonna stick with cool then. Um,
That's fine.
just
I have a question though.
yeah. What's that?
How do I be weird? How does this savvy head girl be weird?
So I actually have the answer for
So
you. If you
I was
want.
Yes,
gonna
honey.
say, go for it.
Anyone can open their brain to the world's psychic maelstrom. You roll weird. On a hit, the MC will tell you something new and interesting about the current situation, and might ask you a question or two. You have to answer them. On a 10 plus, he'll give you good detail. On a 7 to 9, he'll give you an impression. If you already know all there is to know, he'll tell you that. So essentially, you're like, I want to know something about the situation that maybe I'm not noticing, like myself. So you roll weird, and if you roll really good, he's like, well, what you might need to know now, or is like, it's up to Jester at that point. He can tell you, he'll tell you some good details, or he'll tell you an impression. Like you get an impression that
Well,
something's weird, something weird's going on right now, something
and
strange.
and for you as a
Gotcha.
savvy head, you actually use weird quite a bit. First of all, your bone feel is a weird roll at to begin with. So
Oh,
your roll at the beginning.
Oh shit.
So that in and of
Oh
itself,
shit.
plus you have things speak, which is a weird roll. Which when you handle or examine
Mm-hmm.
objects, you can kind of like get a feel for like um, you can ask questions
shit,
about
girl.
it.
I know. It's just other than those 2 things, I really wasn't
And you also have
how
Yeah,
to explore weird.
often or right, which is also a weird role. And that's when somebody
Jesus.
comes to you to care.
I know. Like
When somebody comes to
I've got a
you,
lot of weird. I just
yeah,
wasn't sure how to do those things. Those 3 rules. So.
no. If you like look at the descriptions for like your abilities and whatnot, and see what they do, and
Mm-hmm.
anytime there might be times where you feel like you might want to try to use some of those. Often or right, it has to do with giving other people advice and potentially benefiting them. Bone feel you already do, and
Mm-hmm.
fucking things speak. Being able to find out shit about an object just by handling it, that's pretty cool.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with
It
this and
is.
how do
And
I
you
fix
guys
it?
can come to me.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, cool. Thank you. I'm sorry to interrupt. Please
No, you're
continue on.
absolutely fine. So where were we? Just got done with yacht. Let's go to Castiel. Who has the highest HX with Castiel?
I
I
have
have a
2.
1.
two.
Ooh.
Who is that?
Daniel, did you say you had two as well?
Hi. Yeah.
Yeah, so you do it because I've already done one.
Okay. Hmm. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Man, he is really good about being cool already, and I think we've made him pick cool twice now. So, you know what? He's always off there saving people. This time, I want to see him go a little hard on someone.
Oh shit.
Maybe he has to tell someone to sit still while he's trying to heal them, and they just don't want to do it. And he's like,
I
I will
have to
slam you
touch you.
down. Like, I will body slam you to this ground if you do not stop moving.
Let me help you.
Let
No,
me
my
help.
magic only works if we're nipple to nipple.
It's
Whack a mole.
so awkward.
Oh,
Oh
Scott, your
my
face is
god, it's
great.
terrible. Um, I think
His
I'm gonna.
face is so red.
I I I think I'm gonna go with sharp. Just because you've displayed that you're sort of like the one who does a lot of thinking. When
Good for
you
you.
when you go into a situation.
I need a brains, man.
So let me pop Stardust. Who has the highest HX with our Apocalypse Rockstar here?
0.
I have a 1. Ooh, it's Castiel.
Ooh,
Yeah, I got 3.
Nice. Makes sense.
yeah, kind of does. So what stat do you want to highlight here for Lemmy Pop?
Uh, It doesn't matter how many weeks in a row it is, man. I always need to play music. So weird is a good one, or hot is a good one, because the hotter I am, the more money I can make you.
That's why I was leaning towards hot, because I need more money.
All right, hot it is.
I am gonna go with cool. Um, is
Aw.
your I want to see if you can be reserved and assess situations. All right. So we also have Starlight's Bonefield roll. So she benefits from weird almost more than you do.
I know, like
Right?
her and I have exactly 3 each. It looks like 3 different abilities, all roll weird.
Yeah.
Actually,
And then
most of you use weird a lot. You're a weird group.
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
are.
I completely use weird. My weird affects the entire landscape. I need to see if I can make the mountains come
My
out of the
weird is
fucking
pretty much
seas.
crying, "Mommy, help me," and she pulls me away.
I
So,
mean, but
That's
that's
really her
wonderful.
character in like what 4 realities now?
so
Mother Goose.
you do. Let's see. So you get to hold 1+1. I don't know why they bothered to
Yes.
write it 1+1 rather than just 2.
Is it 2? Okay, because I was like, I'm gonna
Well,
one.
write it in as 1+1, I guess. I mean, and then you'll erase them as you use them.
I wonder if it's to
Okay.
make sure that you know that you can use them separately and you don't have to use both at the same time.
I guess so. Um,
And then one more technical question.
Yeah.
My hold, what can my hold be used for?
Your
Again, you've told
hold,
me this before, and I feel like I
it's
lose it every time we talk about it.
it's basically you can spend a hold to show up somewhere without necessarily needing an explanation with the right tools.
Okay. And then I have hold 1 over greasy. That's just a favor, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can ask
Okay.
something of them and essentially cash in that hold. Like, you have to do this for me. You owe me, man.
Right. Okay. All right. Cool. I'm good. Thank you.
Oh yeah, and for everyone that's watching at home, Greasy is currently downstairs with some
Uh,
really bad dysentery.
I was actually
This
going to.
motherfucker.
I was
Oh, you're gonna
actually
make it
going to.
different?
I was
Sorry.
actually going to do that narratively, so I think
Oh, okay.
I was going to address that narratively. Um, all right, so you've got. Let's see. Well, let's jump right in. Make sure we didn't have any other unfinished business here that I needed to take care of.
Nope. And I did mean it. It is 2 this week.
So all right. So
Okay.
you go. You go into the we come into the scene and we come in basically at Starlight's rig, your workshop. The boat is kind of listlessly sifting. We just kind of get this. Give me a second here. Sounds like the door is open. Second.
Drive safe. Promise you.
Oh,
Trying to think of how like yacht would go to Starlight with a how do I like what do I do kind of thing. It'd just be like he looks at her like, what do I do?
Right?
guess it was my imagination. All right,
It's
so
okay.
we
Well,
get
I'm
My
the
glad.
imaginary friend frequently makes
No, I'm glad it's his imagination because that means it's on like high gear, so it's gonna be really good, really good today.
Oh, yes.
so you go. We come in. with like this overview shot of Starlight's rig. Lemmy Pop's boat is sort of like listlessly bobbing in the fucking deal in the water, and there's uh, perhaps like your gang is sort of like spread throughout, like on deck. We kind of see them moving around, like sort of picking up wreckage or whatever. Um, and we jump from there and get like this cut of Greasy just holding onto a bucket for dear life, retching pathetically into it. Um, while Gloomy just stands there shaking his head, um, giving him shit about drinking too much alcohol and seawater. Um, and then we kind of cut back up to the sort of like the deck of the rig, where we have Castiel. You've managed to make it on board. There's You guys kind of have some of the injured that are on, like you're moving onto the deck to sort of like deal with and care for, um, and get kind of like back on their feet. Um, Lemmy Pop, what are you doing at this point? What do we see Lemmy Pop doing?
No, I was going to, of course, try and start off on top of the rig somewhere, playing, music into the sky for no real reason.
Oh, I know what I forgot. Everybody pay your upkeep. Except let me you tell your leash holder what he pays for your upkeep.
Right? It was 2. He got it. He'd already thumbs up me and everything.
All right.
Didn't we get 5 barter last time? Or did that all?
We actually got quite a bit more than that altogether, but I think everybody got, what, 2?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah,
I think
'cause I
you
got
guys.
2.
I remember you guys kind of divvied it.
I've got a bunch of library or
Everybody got 2.
yeah, I've got a bunch of Bibles and shit.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot that I had to pay for Greasy mobile station, so never mind. Starlight's gonna have to do some fucking work. Like, she's
Oh.
good today, but she's not gonna be good.
Well, there are a couple things going on here. Your guys are kind of kind of here. So maybe we get Lemmy just sort of playing into the sky. And there's really not a lot of like it's nowhere near as high and as dramatic as you were hoping for, but whatever is really. The But Starlight, you're kind of on the deck with your guys moving around, doing stuff. Is there any specific one of them that anything specific you have them doing, or just helping Castiel, or just cleaning up, or
Right.
what does this scene look like?
Yeah, so a couple of my crew are helping Castiel, kind of doing their best. I mean, I don't know if they're medically inclined or not, but they are definitely hovering and like handing him things when he asks. And then I've got a couple of other people that are kind of cleaning up the rig a little bit. I do need a few of them to probably go out and advertise for the business. So I kind of point at 2 of them and be like, "You guys, I need you to hop in my little boat.
Well, didn't
I
you
need
have
you to go on."
Greasy send out an advertisement?
He did, but I don't know if that has like come to fruition yet and been. I don't know if anybody's shown up yet.
Oh my god, can one of them beat Becca?
Well,
Yes.
If people stumble across the most positive girl ever, just out in the middle of the ocean, and she's always just like, I know what great place you can get this fixed up.
Yes. There's
see,
Becca and Todd are going out. Becca and Todd will be hopping in the boat, and I'm sure Becca's just like, "Sure thing, Starlight. Anything for you, Starlight. I love you, Starlight." Like, go get your
nice.
bubbly, happy self away from me. And as we have mentioned, she has 0 skills other than being extremely optimistic.
I love it. I love
So
it.
we'll see.
All right, there is a barter jingle. So all of you on your playbooks should have a place under barter that kind of says like a few things that you guys can do for jobs to earn a little extra barter and what have you.
Sure.
Like Castiel, you have tend to the health of a dozen families or more, or serve a warlord or NPC, warlord NPC as a combat medic, or serve a wealthy NPC as an angel on call, or others, or whatever. And not all of this has to happen on screen. Some of it can be off screen as needed. It's more about getting you a little bit of barter. Some of them can be if there are things you really want to like, be like, oh, I want to actually play through some of this. We can actually put some of it on. But whatever you have there, most of the things that you guys are going to need to do have to do with interacting with people. And there are two places where there are people that you guys know of: the USS Grantfeld and the Rocky Roads. Um, one of which you've been to, and you actually do have a deal with Greasy that you're supposed to be taking him there. He doesn't necessarily need to be conscious or not nauseous.
Able-bodied.
Yeah, he doesn't. He can be nauseous for the trip. He just needs to be able to deal with his stuff on the other end um, of the trip.
Rum-pum-pum.
Necessarily so. But
Well,
yeah, as you guys are looking for what kinds of things you have, might kind of make a note of the different kinds for how to make jingle during a session.
mhm.
Your gigs that you have available. In Starlight, you should have some. Because I feel like we did a little
Yes,
bit of this
I
before
have.
once. So
Yeah. Currently, I have options to maintain a wealthy NPC's finicky or fragile tech. I can conduct research for a wealthy NPC. I
mhm,
can repair a wealthy NPC's high tech equipment. And then it says others as you negotiate them.
right, okay.
So, I mean, maybe we find a finicky, wealthy NPC that has finicky, fragile tech.
And a dozen or so families not need healing, no.
Right?
Yeah. Well, that, like I say, so you've got a couple of different places you can try to go.
So what were the places?
Hmm.
Sorry, I.
The Rocky Roads or the USS Grantfeld. The USS
Oh,
Grantfeld,
okay.
as a ship, is mobile. You know kind of where you last saw it, and you could probably track it down if it's in the general vicinity. Um, but you know exactly where the Rocky Road, and your last encounter with the Grantfeld didn't go terribly well. Um, you could still try to salvage relationship there, or you could try to create and or expound upon relationships you may have with the Rocky Road.
If we go to the Rocky Road, there's a better chance of us being able to throw a concert and make more money.
That is
It's
true.
true. I mean, we just
We
got
could
back
do
from
another
that, but
gig,
yes.
man. We could do another gig.
Mm-hmm.
But
Welcome
not
to the
here.
bitter
This
ends
place
where
is
we're.
played out.
It's like welcome to the bitter ends where we're constantly in need for barter. So every session ends up having to be a gig.
Right? It's like what's the great analogy here? The fucking
That's why you got a gang. Now I have roadies.
the
Oh
the
God.
jabber,
Right? Oh my god, I love it.
the Josie and the kittens of the fucking apocalypse.
The
Wow.
Josie and the kittens.
Uh, Henry
Stop.
I
Rollins
know,
laughed at that, but he was the
I
only
know,
one.
I know.
I
Thank
love
you. I'll
it.
be here all week. Uh,
Long live the king. The king
And
is dead.
for reference for our
um,
audience, the Rocky Road is the top of the Rocky Mountains that has been transformed into what is essentially the remains of that area
Land.
of the United States. Yeah,
Yeah,
everything else is underwater.
yeah,
My wonderful drawing depicts the mountain range as it goes up.
yeah.
I love it.
This is
So
totally Eod drawing a map.
yeah,
Yes.
that was you guys just being
And-
like, okay, this is here, this is there.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And
This works.
Starlight is Starlight is the ever positive mother.
Ugh.
Up.
Ugh.
We could totally
So-
use this.
He's such a good boy. Look at him drawing a
He's
map
a-
for us.
So
And chewing on a giant hunk of metal at the same time.
Yeah.
Just filing those teeth down.
and Ea, you have washed up at this point, sort of on like some of the deck plating that's sort of like half slouched into the water.
Yeah, I've got a broken arm. I've got like my blade under my arm,
Oh,
and then my
yeah.
cudgel in the hand that's not broken, and the suction cup of the the squid in my mouth.
Well,
And
part
I've
of it
got-
anyway.
Yeah, that's like a part of it, just a chunk I ripped off as I got flung away. Yeah. He's
That makes
bad.
sense.
Oh.
Mm.
So I feel like Starlight would see you and be like, "Oh shit!"
Like 'cause
Right.
last you guys knew, he jumped out after the giant squid and fucking he was just screaming and shouting like on the flailing tentacle. Fucking, haven't seen him in a while.
No, I would rush over to him and be like, "Dude, you look rough as."
Right?
That
He
guy.
stands up and his arms are like pointing
Yeah.
north when it shouldn't be.
Yeah, pretty much. Just
No,
dangling
no.
on the side.
Like, and she's just gonna be like, "Huh." What's going on? And she's walking him back to Cassie, just occasionally holding back. Huh.
He's still just
Yes,
chewing on
yeah.
this like chewy little sucker thing. Just
So, I feel like Castiel, and I'm gonna wave him over, like, "Dude, this kid is fucked up." I need you to, I'm gonna kind of like gently push the child in his direction while I walk the fuck away. Like, just, I need you to handle it. I can't handle it.
Okay.
Uh,
Little person, we got a spot right for you. You sit here. Pat him on the head.
he's really quiet. Hold on. Is he quiet for you guys?
Yeah, he's really quiet for me.
You guys
Okay.
got
Yeah.
quiet.
yeah.
Now everyone's quiet.
I know he's got a
Okay.
finger up. I'm waiting.
Oh, I turned his user volume up.
Okay, it was at
Oh.
50%.
There we
There you
go.
go.
There we go.
Welcome back.
Okay, so I'd take the little child and be like, "Hey, I got a perfect spot for you. Sit right here." And as I'm moving him, I'm touching him and healing him.
You have to like move aside some plates of metal that just draped around his body.
No, I put my hand on your forehead.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Okay.
So you roll. Do you roll? What do you do for that?
What do you do for that, Castiel?
I don't know if you roll something or not. I haven't.
I believe it is healing touch. It's a weird roll. As a matter of
God.
fact.
Wow.
That's a
Did you fail?
max roll. How much does that give me?
It says on a 10 plus, it only heals one segment.
Oh god. I'm gonna need a lot of those touches.
I'm gonna touch you in the back of the head, boy.
I was at 9, so I need 3 of those. Like I said, his arm was broken. He looked fucked up.
Yeah, he
Okay, so
he
what
did
I'll
battle.
do is I'll
with-
do one here, and then I'll go over and attend to one other person, deal with
Okay.
them, and then come back to you, do another, and then go work on somebody else, and then come back, and then do another one.
Okay.
All right, so that got me and him both healed up then.
Well, he's got to make a roll for each one. So,
Oh.
Now, does that count as interacting? Like, do we get HX every time he heals us?
no, because I feel like this is sort of like part of one sort of social situation.
Do we get one HX with him?
Well, yeah.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I finally got HX with someone.
And Starlight,
Fucking yeah.
you get HX with your two named members of your gang, so you can add them to your your list of people you know and give yourself an HX with them.
Oh, neat. So I've got Todd.
Yep, and Becca.
And Becca.
Like, oh my God, Becca, did you see what Fingertoes is wearing today?
Oh, and Becca's like, oh my God, I love it so much. I want to find some found garbage and wear it because it's what it looks like. But she says it in like the most gentle way.
You're like,
She wants to wear trash. Oh, that's so sweet. No. no, don't do that. No.
no.
Fucking Todd. And that's how his name is fucking Todd. Like, it's just Todd. But every time I see him, it's gonna fucking Todd, and he is my scapegoat.
He's the guy. You're just like you've already figured out. You're like you've known these guys for 5 minutes. You're like
5 minutes.
that guy's
Oh, yeah,
gonna be my scapegoat.
She was like, "What's all your names?" And he came up like, "I'm Todd." She's like, "Fucking Todd."
Todd.
You hear that?
But
It's
I like to
now
imagine-
forever. It's now forever always your fault.
Yes.
he's like secretly in love with Becca, but she ignores him most of the time.
Stop giving me such good ideas.
Okay, so
Nice.
on the third time, I actually have to roll because I just opened my brain.
Okay, so
I mean, I healed up.
So was I healed all three of those?
yep.
Okay.
So let's.
Yeah. So I do another weird roll, I guess,
At this
to
point,
open my
let's
next.
find that move there.
Dreaming, and I was like, "Oh wait, that's just scrolling through." I was like, "I haven't looked at Angel, and that's so weird." Oh yeah. Well, wait, 7 and 9. That's just acting under fire, from my mind, which is dangerous. But I don't think you need to roll weird. I think essentially you just met with a crazy mind that was just like. Ah! But at the same time, it was mostly subdued because he's got a delicious calamari in his mouth. And
Yeah,
he's
but
feeling
this
better.
one is just my brain, not yours. If I would have missed,
Oh.
then both of our brains would have been opened.
Yeah, I was gonna
It's just-
say.
Mm.
Let me see. Damn it. Uh. Hmm. The wrong shit open.
I don't know. By my understanding of the reading, I have to roll again to see what happens when I open my brain. That first roll was for the healing.
Okay.
Now I have to roll it again to see what happens in the maelstrom thing. Is what
Yes.
my understanding is.
Yes.
So I guess maybe if you get really high, you kind of learn something
So-
about me. That's kind of cool.
So go ahead and roll your plus weird here. 10. Okay. On a hit, on a 10 plus, the MC gives you good detail. So, so I think in this case, I think it actually does mean. I think it actually probably. The relevant thing here. I'm trying to think what the most relevant thing would be. Probably the mutant squid. The most relevant thing here is that the mutant squid is as much a physical representation of the psychic maelstrom as it is a mutant squid.
Wait, that either means it's my mother and I've been chewing it, or it's not my mother and it's not a mutant squid.
Are you my mother?
Because the mother's heartbeat is the psychic maelstrom for me. Kind of. It's weird.
It actually it's an expression of the like rage, the maelstrom's
Ooh,
rage.
maelstrom.
I think that's probably what you get out of that. So, right on. Let's see. But as you guys are doing this, you do have a couple of things. You do have some choices to make here. If you're looking to go to the Rocky Road, you're gonna have to figure out what you're doing. As far as the rig and the gang, are you gonna have the gang continue cleaning up the rig and getting everything back in order, or are you gonna have them come with you? You do have the two that are out to sea looking for people right now,
Right.
or that you just sent out.
I did. Have they left yet?
I think you could probably catch them.
Okay, so I want to run down there. I've got another guy. Well, no, fuck that guy. He'll come with us. I'm gonna run down there and be like, Todd. No, I need you to come back. Becca, you go and take this unnamed gentleman because I haven't picked his name yet. This is take this man and
Got
you
it,
go.
Starlight.
Okay, Todd, I need you to. You're coming with. You have
I
to.
need my scapegoat.
I need my scapegoat. Todd is coming with us. So I'm taking Todd. What's the benefit of taking the whole gang?
They're a gang. If
Okay,
you
well,
find yourself into combat, they do what gang do.
okay. So we'll take the other 8, including Todd. We'll take the rest of the gang with us, and just be like, you guys can work it out later. We can clean it all up later. Honestly, I kind of don't like where everybody is putting things. Now I can't buy my. So just maybe stop touching it. Stop touching it. Don't put that shit down. Fucking Todd, fucking put that shit down.
Todd's just looking at you like, put down what? He's got his hands out like, I'm not holding anything.
I didn't do it.
I love it.
Just looks like a deer in the headlights. What?
And he looks like a Todd. He is probably like fresh faced and young.
Oh, God.
And impressionable, but not too young, like college student age, you know?
Right, he's the proper age for an intern. We got you.
He is. He's basically an intern. Okay. So yeah, we'll just take him. Becca
Poor
and
Todd.
the other person will go.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
All right, so it takes you guys, maybe it takes you guys a little while, a little while longer still, because the boat's a little overloaded with all the people on it right now. But you do manage to make your way to the rocky roads. You manage to make it to sort of the first aisle. The I think it's just called Skippin' is the name of it. Like they don't know
Or
what
the
the names
skip
of the
in.
no, just Skippin'.
Wait, what is this? That we?
the one of the aisles of the first aisle of the Rocky Roads.
Like here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because you figure you made your straight shot across there.
Mhm.
You passed by Eot's den on the way.
I like to imagine we probably stopped there, and because he was just like, yeah,
Just-
screamed really
Do you
loudly.
need him?
He was just like, home.
Yeah,
No,
we can
stay
stop.
on the boat. No,
Oh,
keep going.
oh, well, he looks at you angrily.
it's like, no. Like, "Rah." uh,
Well, who's piloting?
Yes.
yeah, it
Castiel.
is usually kind of
Castiel, you're
Castiel.
officially the captain of my boat.
Congratulations.
Once again, I am Commodore. Haha.
The only thing holding him back from like going off on you is that you just healed his arm. He's just like angrily staring you down from across the boat.
Castiel, you don't think we can stop for just like a second? Just like look at that face. That face is murderous. Like I don't.
I don't want to deal with the squid again or the maelstrom mine thing. Whatever it is, I don't want to deal with it. Let's just get to the roads.
Amy, I don't
Babe, we
know.
live on the water.
Amy, I don't know what it is, but you keep cutting out for me.
Dude, I don't know what it is either. I turned off my echo cancellation. Let's see if I can turn off some other shit.
I
Turn
don't know
off
what's
the
going
noise
on.
reduction. If I turn off the noise reduction, does it say?
When somebody else is streaming, I'm a lot less concerned about it. I'll just deal with as much as but
It's cutting out for me too. I'm piecing it together enough.
right, I
It's
get
not
what you're
too
saying.
bad.
I'm just trying to figure out.
Why?
Uh,
I have no idea why. Is it any better? For
it
now?
was for a minute, and then when you said any better, it kind of cut for a second.
Oh, it's because I paused.
See.
Okay, maybe this will.
Nope.
Fucking work.
Well,
Oh,
wait,
fucking
it depends. Did you
bullshit.
say maybe this'll and then you stop talking, or did you say something after this'll?
No, I kept fucking talking.
Okay.
If I'm really loud, I'm gonna. Okay, hold on. Okay, this shit is on my face. Is this better? Is this worse? Same?
I can hear you.
Can hear
very
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. Big
Um.
black mic in my face. All right.
All right. And so you were like, and what were you saying to Castiel? You were talking about.
Oh, right. Sorry. So this is an incredibly intensious face, and I don't want to ride with it. But babe, we're like on the walk. You're gonna find mutant squids and also other things that Lemmy seems to pop out of his head and just occur. So, we just gotta bite the bullet and put our big girl pants on and stuff. Baby.
Yeah.
Castiel, are you giving me the silent treatment?
No, we're going to the road. We've been trying to get to the road for a while and made a bunch of stops. I want to get to the rocky roads.
There's just an angry chomp as he just bites into a metal pipe in his hand and walks off.
Castiel's like the dad that's tired of
I need to
No,
use the
you've been
restroom.
to the bathroom. You should have gone at the last stop. No, stop.
We're a great family. We're a great family. We got mom and dad, the little kid, and the older brother who just doesn't do anything but play on his guitar.
real life.
And then the crazy uncle who shows up and throws up on everything.
It's an 80s sitcom.
Oh my god.
You'll be living in a van down by the river. Sorry.
What's a riverman?
Right.
Oh shit. Know what river?
Anyways, an angry Eot is hiding in his little box bench.
Hey, if I knew it was going to be this easy to have a kid on board, I would have got one a long time ago. Go to your box.
It's like his go-to place at this point.
Well, he knows the fucking someone's probably about to start playing music here again.
Right?
He has soundproofed that box by stuffing it with pillows.
I mean, Starlight can do that for you, barter. Like,
No, it's
All
full
he's
of
got
nice
is teddy bear.
teddy bears, some pillows,
Yes.
and now a bunch of books, Bible books.
Oh yeah, you got a bunch of Bibles.
He's learning about the Lord and Savior, whatever it is on this world, if it's Jesus Christ or if it's something else.
Can Yacht read?
He can read. That was something I wrote in a long time ago.
Oh,
He was
shit.
raised, the woman who raised him taught him how to read, and then he pushed her down the elevator shaft that led to the, what was it? It's called, that's part of my hideout.
Your den?
Oh,
Or
Part of my den.
the weird, creepy place?
Shoot, where is it? I have it. Yeah, because I had to pick 3 different things for the den. I have the radio that still works, but it's just white static. There it is. The hundreds of dead smartphones. Or no, the Cessna engine plane that's the entrance to it. And then away into a terrifying place of death where countless skeletons lie, and it's just an empty elevator shaft. And he pushed her down it because he found out she was one of the wolves in the maelstrom.
Oh, I see. Right on. Something no one else would probably ever guess, given the savage nature that Yacht displays.
It's a slow process because, he's still a kid, but
Right.
he's learning some really weird words from this Bible. Ugh. You guys, you gotta remember the Bible's
damnation.
Jabberwock. Oh wait, wrong Bible.
Yeah, so you guys, do anything while you're here at Yacht's Den?
We're not going there. We're going
Oh.
past it.
Oh, okay.
Castiel said no.
Yeah, okay.
We're
Yeah.
passing it because Dad said no.
Okay, all right. So you managed to get to Skippin, and I think Lemmy or Starlight, maybe one of you guys probably knows the guy that is like in charge of this particular colony.
Oh, yeah. Like, if Lemmy doesn't know him, he knows Lemmy.
Well, yeah. 5 entertainment is hard to come by in the apocalypse.
Right. Like, you're a superstar. I'm excited to roll. I would think that Starlight's done work here, so she knows.
Definitely, that was what I was going for.
So the guy that you know that that was in charge of this settlement is named Kivo.
Like, I just TiVo'd the game.
Yeah, they don't know what half these words actually meant.
No, I understand that. That's why Macho Randy Mountain Dew is over here.
He actually spells it like EEVO because they don't know how to spell it either. They just heard the word once or twice. It's one of those things that somebody once found a piece of salvage with the word on it, and after several people had heard it down the way, somebody had just started spelling it that way because more than half of these people don't know how to read.
Right. maybe later in life I'll switch to like child performing, and I'll just do like songs about the alphabet. A B C dun 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 dun, D E F G dun 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 dun.
Right. But you kind of you kind of managed to make sure. But you notice, actually, let's see. There are several armed men at the docks waiting. Um,
Oh, hi guys.
Like this is normal, right?
I
Fucking
don't know,
Scott, go check it out.
not necessarily,
I'll go walk up to him,
I don't want.
or would we
but
like
All right.
read
but
the situation or whatever?
you read the situation.
Yeah, read a
Okay,
sitch. That's a
yeah,
good idea for all of us. Let's try, guy.
Mm-hmm.
that's a good idea. That's a good idea. And that's going to be a sharp roll, unless you have an ability that allows you to replace that with another. So, you get to ask one question from the list.
Oh.
And Starlight, you get to ask
Oh,
three
are we on the list?
questions.
Yeah,
Yeah, my
Did you
stuff
say
looked dumb.
3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So there is a list of questions you can ask from. They're on Read a Sitch. They are: where is my best escape route? Way in or way past? Which enemy is most vulnerable to me? Which enemy is the biggest threat? What should I be on the lookout for? What's my enemy's true position? And who's in control here?
So I will ask who's in control here.
Okay.
Well, these guys clearly, the guy that's in control of this particular group standing around here looks to be a guy that's got like a number of scars on his face. Kind of like a middle-aged guy. He's one of those guys that he's not terribly big and muscular, but he looks like he's seen enough shit that you probably don't want to, you know, bother with him unless you really have to. There's a easy way that he carries himself, but who's really in control is whoever he works for.
Right. Do I know that information? I mean, I've been here
You
before. It's
you
just been a while.
you do not know who this guy works for. You knew him at some point, but
All right. So,
he could have changed his like employer since then.
all right, Starlight, would you hand me that wrench on the floor over there with your toes?
Sure will, as I wrench and scorpion fucking kick it. Pacha!
That was interesting. Let's see, that would be.
And I say,
I catch it.
"Pacha, you got it. You fucking caught it.
All right,
I get
cool. Thank you. Now, let me see if I can seduce this guy into letting us. Come
Wait,
on.
let me.
Oh, go. Oh,
let
yeah,
me-
you need to ask your
Yeah,
questions.
we
I'm
have
sorry.
questions.
Right.
Yep.
So, I want to ask. First question: where's my best way in?
Your best way in? Well, almost everybody who has anything trying to put together any kind of civilization needs inevitably going to need someone with your skill set. And you do know that the Rocky Road Islands have gotten attacked by the Grantfeld. You were here for at least one of those assaults. So you like, as far as you know, you can either try to play upon your connection with TiVo, or you can play upon your skills. And be like, the excuse of looking for work could get you in the door.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. And second question. Uh, which enemy is the no? What should I be on the lookout?
What should you be on the lookout for?
Mm-hmm.
Escalating the situation. This is one of those situations where um, you can kind of tell by the people that you work with or that you've been traveling with that you know um, that at least Eot has shown aggressive tendencies, and Castiel
Mm,
is really wanting to get stuff done here. But there's and Lemmy Pop is just freaking unpredictable. Um,
yeah.
so
How
That
strange.
feels that feels like it's a really hard to swallow. So
yeah, so it's you as far as it goes. Your best in is to probably try to play the situation rather than escalate it. And you're going to want to watch out for probably particularly Lemmy Pop and Eot. Is
Well,
right.
mostly Eot. Lemmy Pop does
yeah,
have some diplomacy.
yeah, he just kind of he's a rock star, so
Yeah. Am I going to be an ass or not? 80% chance for ass.
yeah,
I mean, that's just in life. It's
so that's kind of what you're looking at there.
okay. And then final question, which kind of I'm not sure. Um, which enemy is the biggest threat?
The guy with all the scars on his face. The rest of
Okay.
these guys probably can hold their own in and of themselves, but the guy with the scars on his all over his face, you don't live through that many somethings to the face without being really hard to kill.
Right.
you know,
Gotcha.
is whatever this guy has been through, and it looks like a
Mm-hmm.
whole hell of a lot.
Right.
you know,
All right.
he's
Who
probably going
else
to be
has
the biggest
questions?
fight
I think
threat.
I
Yeah.
Okay.
Next question.
do.
Oh, you get like 3.
hmm
Yeah. So mine
Most
are
of them
pretty
have
quick.
already been. Most of them have already
Yes.
been asked anyway. So
So I'll say one of them was going to be, and I think I see it as she might know these things, but I won't. So I technically need to use the hold for those same questions if I want to know them personally, which would be which enemy is the biggest threat. So that's good. My second one isn't on the list, but it's also a little bit odd. What loose piece of metal looks the most delicious?
There's
what
some brass.
what loose metal piece of metal looks the most delicious? Um, unfortunately, all of there really isn't so much a lot of loose pieces of metal around here. I mean, they have metal on their weapons and armor. There might be like a a broken buckle or something that's on like the beach itself, because there was a battle here recently. Something like
That's
that
Yeah.
might have
perfect.
been.
And that's brass.
I probably on the way up, I grabbed it. That would be important to me.
Okay.
And then so now I know who the biggest threat is. Hmm, I think the the other one would be who's in control here, and that was answered as well. So that's great. As we go
So,
up,
what's the best way out? Is your
Well,
actual question,
no,
probably.
I
well,
my best
you've
way
got
out is the maelstrom.
well.
What?
There's also what's my enemy's true position and
The way I see
which enemy
that
is most
one is
vulnerable
they're
to
not
me.
really my enemy.
Mhm.
The way when I
Okay.
look at those, I see them as they're not my enemies right now.
Okay.
The biggest threat is if south, who would be the biggest threat? That one was how I was thinking of phrasing that. and that guy with scars definitely works.
Right.
And then the buckle. I mean, I guess.
I mean, you don't have to ask a third
Who-
question if you don't
Yeah,
want to. I mean,
that's
there's
fine.
really I'm not going to be like, you have to
I
come
only
up with
needed
something on the
two.
spot. Yeah. If you only needed
That's-
two, that's fine. You guys kind of read
As
pretty much
yeah.
the most important things out of this situation so
as we
far.
walk
My
up, though,
question
I'm
is,
gonna turn as we're walking up and look at Yacht, and I go, "The one with the scars is a bigger wolf than I am."
No, here's the thing. Yeah, as you're walking up, I'm making eye contact with that guy. I reach up and just like put the buckle in my mouth and just go just start chewing it while staring him dead on.
Mm.
Just like
He just kind of
I'm
looks at you, he's like, just kind of looks at you like, weird kid. And he's like, and he kind of like, and
We come for work.
he's like,
who
you
needs
come for
healing?
work. And he's like, what kind of work you looking for?
Are there sick people?
We got some healings, we got some fixings, we got some music, and we got garbage disposal. Which one do you need, son?
Stop it, it's Drew.
I turn and I look at Yacht and I'm like, "Don't mind him. He's a good boy."
Crunch.
He's just like,
I mean,
He's part goat.
it's part good. Do you guys have any tech that needs to be fixed?
he goes, huh. He goes, state your names.
Starlight Finger Toes. You should know
Wiggles.
me. I'm good with TiVo. I've done some work for him in the past.
That seems to strike something.
Mm.
Seems to strike a chord with him. He goes, TiVo.
Rough.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, maybe you haven't heard. There's been
I
a
have.
change in management.
Oh,
Ruh-roh.
that's cool. Who's the new management?
And he kind of like, his name is Governor Axon.
Oh,
That
he thinks
seems a
he's
bit formal.
important.
Okay. Well, can you point him in my direction? Or no, can you point me in his direction?
He's like, and he kind of narrows his eyes. He goes, oh, you'll be meeting him shortly. Who are the rest of you?
Is it AXON?
Hmm?
Axon, AXON.
Yeah, axe like an axe, and then son.
Oh, Axon. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Just had to
Yeah.
update the current leader.
All right, so Castiel.
Yes, I'm Castiel. If anybody's
Do you-
sick, I can make them feel better.
Well, no, I was going to ask you if you think it would be a good idea to front on this guy.
To what?
To front on this guy. Because he's like,
all the
who are
heads just
you?
turned to you. Like,
I'm doing my thing. It's off the leash. I haven't done it for a couple sessions.
oh,
Sure, have fun.
Shit.
bad.
Okay.
You are bad.
In that case, what I'm going to do is I am going to rock out for my intro. And I pull it out, and thunder claps across the sky, and there's that ripple effect. And I finish my guitar riff, and I put my guitar back up, and I'm like, does that tell you?
He's like, he kind of looks around and he goes, he kind of looks around and goes like, yeah. He goes, I was thinking more name.
But that should give you his name by his wonderful performance.
There's my hype man. Man, that is a hot. Give us a hot.
You try? Are you trying to de-escalate the situation here?
I don't know. I'm just trying to play off that. Hey, he's a
Well,
rock.
you are
know.
technically my manager, so being my hype man is also part of your thing. So it does seem like something you do. Like he's talent. He thinks he's important. You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah, you should know who he is. He, the rock god thing. He's really good with music. I don't know.
He's the whole damn show.
Yeah.
He just kind of looks at you. He goes, "Apparently, you're not getting it." He's like, "Regardless, I need to officially have you officially enter a name."
Ow.
He-
Ow.
And if I have to say the word official one more time in this sentence, I'm going to officially hurt someone.
Who are you? You heard him because you just said it twice.
Fine. I say my name. My name is Lemmy. Nope, just Lemmy. I don't tell him anything.
Oh,
He's like, "Was that so hard?" And he's like,
Yes.
and
Yes, it
he
was.
and he looks over at he looks over at Eot, who's the only person who hasn't been. Well, he's like looks over at Eot. He'll actually look at your gang members too because they haven't actually been introduced. But that can be a hand. But that could be a hand wave on most of them. Yeah, I just introduced them. We can come up with their names later. But
Yeah.
yeah. How do you present Eot? I'm just sitting
oh
there.
yeah, without breaking eye contact, just goes, yeah.
He goes, and he goes,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I think the governor will want to be seeing you." He goes, "Come on, follow us."
Told you we were important. We're going to see the governor.
I want to like fall behind the group just a bit and be with Eot, and I want to pull some bolts out of my pocket, and I'm gonna hand them to him, just like a few, like 4, and say, "Listen, there's way more of this later. If you can try not to murder everybody while you're here."
Wide-eyed, he nods.
Okay. And I'm gonna Pavlov Eot.
You ring
Just
a bell?
No, I'm gonna give him a bolt and tell him you've been.
Right.
Just
But
like
you got to
donkey
ring the
treats.
bell so he knows he has to be good to get. It doesn't matter. I understand what you're doing. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's okay. Okay. I mean, I could probably make a bell.
Oh, you're gonna start feeding him bells now.
I might. I'll have to feed you.
We could.
You-
Honestly, I was like, it'd be really fun if I had a bunch of slugs because I could be like, "Do you want a slug, buddy?
and
Go to your crate."
and
Go to the box.
they do kind of insist. They do kind of insist that your gang stays with the boat. They're not going to take like this big of an entourage up to see the governor. That would just be silly.
Now,
Right. Can
That's
I
fine.
take my intern Todd though?
They'll allow
Can
you to
Todd
take
come?
him. Yeah, they'll let it. They'll let
Okay.
you bring him. They're just not going to let you bring a whole gang with you.
for Amy's
Right.
sake, is what she did. Would that be considered the savvy head move that she has? I guess I didn't come to her for advice, so maybe I don't know.
No, the for her bone feel. No,
No, the
Yeah.
oftener
for
right,
often or right.
Often or right.
but I didn't.
Actually, you can roll a weird for that, because that that's a partial success. Let me go to look at that again.
Because I could
So
take
often
her.
are right. When a character comes to you for revenge, tell them honestly take the best course. What the best course? If they do it, they take +1 to any rolls they make in the doing, and you mark an experience circle. I'll allow that but that is a weird roll. And you made
Okay.
8. That's a partial success, and that worked because it doesn't really have a chart for partial successes and what have you. I guess it's either succeed or don't. And God, this is a power move for you because you get to roll for the weird roll, and you get to mark experience words for the weird roll and for it if he takes your advice.
Oh shit,
Nice.
Iot, are you gonna take my advice?
Well, yeah.
We'll find.
Just wasn't sure because you're telling him,
We'll.
you need
Yeah,
to behave, and so he.
Oh,
so.
oh, I just leveled up. I'm so excited.
All right. Now, just for a real quick sec, if you're thinking about it, since you just got the gang, there's a move that you could take from a different book called Fucking Thieves. And
Ooh,
you, as a mechanic, it would be really great because it gives you a chance to just have what you need on hand.
I love it. Fucking thieves.
It's out of the Chopper playbook. You'll want to go
Okay,
find
I
that,
like that.
and you can probably
Yeah,
copy paste that.
it's completely worth it.
Okay,
But definitely mark off the one of the boxes for taking playbook move from another playbook because that's
okay,
a chopper move.
okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Basically, what that does is you or whenever you need like a small item that could be reasonably carried, like in a bag or whatever, like a small, if you could reasonably carry it
Oh,
in something the size of like a motorcycle's like bag or whatever, then you could roll to see if you have it. Uh, and if you or your crew, and if you make it, either you or somebody in your gang has it. So this could add the context that not only are your gang a gang, but they're also kind of thieves, and sometimes you could be like, hey, did we have a yeah, I picked that up on the da da da, or yes, I found this, or whatever. Um,
Yes,
give me like another 4 seconds, space, and
I got it.
and you can copy paste that into your like
Well,
abilities and
now
stuff.
my
Yeah.
question is,
I only
can
got
she
part of it.
reflavor that a little bit since there are a bunch of like gang members for a savvy head? Maybe it's just stuff that like, oh, I made this, or I've been working on this and stuff like that as well. That's just for flavor. I don't know if you have to
Maybe
go
they
with they
tinker.
have to steal it.
Well, the ability is called fucking thieves.
Okay, that's fair.
And,
I was just
and I mean, I, hmm, I
Call it
guess
what you
narrative,
want, but
yeah, yeah. I mean, it could be either way. Narratively, I mean, I don't. It's up to our savvy head whether she wants them to be thieves or just people who tinker with silly stuff. But then again,
honestly,
that would preclude the ability to get things that you can't actually just build, especially with rare materials. It would preclude the ability to get things like
true.
a book or something of that
That's right.
nature.
Gotcha. Okay. No, they're totally thieves. They are
I
gluttons for shiny things,
love it.
and like they see something and go, "Ooh, what can I make with this?" So then they just fuck it.
Oh yeah, that's even better. I like that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, there you go. Yeah,
They do it because they like to tinker. So like, I can use this. Yoink.
there you go.
Right. Like
That
no
makes a
one's
lot
gonna
of
use
sense.
this. No one.
yes.
That
Good job,
makes a lot of
everyone.
sense.
Hmm.
So,
Now, do I have to roll hard, or can I roll something else?
it's the role it is. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because it sort of involves exerting your will over
Right.
somebody
Right.
in a forceful way. Because you're like, hey, give me that thing. um,
They're never gonna have the thing, you guys. I'm sorry.
you They might. You never know. You could still roll well, and one of your
Maybe.
next, you could take a level up where you increase your hard. Who knows?
For
Um,
hard, yep.
that's there's still ways you can build into that. Um, uh, all right, yeah. So they kind of give you sort of like they kind of walk you guys with like an armed escort, and just the way that it is, because you are basically at the top of the mountain. You're going uphill as you go further inland, essentially, and it's not, it's. But you finally kind of come to what looks like it. It might have been originally built like by the same sort of design work as a ski resort, perhaps. Um, you know, or a lodge. With several lodges outside and what have you. You can tell that there's different cabins and stuff and houses built sort of all along the way up here, but this is sort of like the grand place. And this is where TiVo used to live, as a matter of fact. Um,
Mm.
and the,
Oh,
and,
I know this place.
huh? Yeah. And,
Oh, I know this place.
in your escort kind of like, you sort of like, he sort of like, maybe, blows a horn or something when he like gets close, or maybe he sent runners ahead or something. But they're sort of aware and ready for your arrival. But you sort of like, the procession of leading you in and whatever. And you find yourself in the lobby of this, resort. You're not type place. You're kind of sitting there. There's a few rugs. It's actually kind of nice for like, the sort of civilization that still exists. And TiVo did have working equipment that he had somebody that normally worked on it, but occasionally they needed a little extra hand, with stuff down in the city or what have you. Um, you're kind of noticing that these guys look a little bit more rough and ready, per se. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but they they kind of stand. They kind of like, wave you over to like a bunch of couches, a row of couches and chairs and whatnot. Like sort of like the governor will be with you in a moment, and like the guards sort of like fall back to positions, and he kind of goes and stands over sort of by the stairs. Um, and it isn't long that you're kind of that you're there. There's a fireplace, going, which seems a bit wasteful to you.
Yeah, just a bit.
uh,
I'd, I'd like to look around and see if anything's broken.
um, the place looks like it's in mostly good repair. I mean, it looks like there's some things that don't look like they're in as good of a shape as they could be, what have you,
Mm-hmm.
but there's nothing specific that you can tell.
Okay.
And I think this is where, the a guy kind of comes down, and he's maybe in his 30s. He's got long hair, long beard, sort of brown, and with like but well kept, but definitely well kept, and taken care of. And he kind of goes, as he's walking down, um, kind of the your escort, with all the scars kind of looks up and is like, Governor Axon, Governor Axon, and he looks at him and is like, he's like, stand at ease, stand at ease, Scarpucker. This is probably not going to be that big of a deal. I think we're all right. I think we're pretty well. I think we're pretty well, in a safe position here. And he kind of walks over and he's like, so They tell me you've come looking for work.
Well, I mean, it is the
Ah,
dream,
yes.
right? Work and get paid.
He goes, yeah. He goes, maybe I got some stuff for you. He says, so the previous management, and their staff are no longer around.
Hmm.
We're I got somebody coming, but I could use a little help with a few things in the interim. The the radio tower needs some work. For the first thing, need communications. The
Yeah,
can't organize a defense against that Grantfeld without being able to contact the other islands, right?
of course.
He's said, but I'm curious. Says, if I'm not mistaken, he says, I heard something about a concert with the world's last official rock star. Didn't think he was getting attacked by the mutant squid. People said
Oh
you were
yeah.
dead.
People lie.
I can't die.
Yeah.
And
Tasty.
Starlight's gonna
Enough
look
to
over
have
at
me
Lemmy.
around.
Yeah, it's like tasty.
He just kind of, he, he just kind of goes, yeah, well, everybody who's ever said that in the history of everyone has found their end at some point. Hopefully,
Oh,
you'll be
well,
That's why
different,
he
right?
keeps me around.
old age is still a possibility at this point. Yes.
And he kind of chuckles. He's like, I'm also curious because it seems like you get around. And
I
he
do.
said, so have you heard anything about this Queen Sarah?
That would be a sharp.
Eh,
Probably not. Then
no,
let's see.
Can I also
nope.
roll? I mean, we're all
Yeah,
here.
I have never heard of this person. They seem like a figment.
Is it
Okay.
possible to open my brain to the psychic maelstrom to find out?
Yes, that is actually the best way to try to find out what you're doing, what relevant for information here.
Oh.
Can I do it too? I've never
I
done
love it.
that before.
Yeah, give me weird rolls.
Oh shit. Oh no.
Oh no.
It's a partiable.
Alright, so let
Hell
me
yeah,
get back
Castiel.
to that. So let me get back to that. Nope, that's extended. That's the one before. So much scrolling around because I can't keep
Right?
track of what I'm
There's no
doing.
tabs open.
I'm bad at keeping track of things. Alright, so first of all, Starlight. um, you get the impression that of a battle of wills. Like you get the impression that whoever Sarah is, and whatever the connection to this Governor Axon, uh, they are. There is some sort of battle of wills between them, but it's kind of hard to tell what that entails. Castiel, you see, um, you see a map. Like you're like your mind. You close your eyes, and your mind drifts into the psychic maelstrom, and you see like the purple and black veil sort of part, and then you see like a map, and it looks like an old school maritime map from the Age of Sail. Um, Not that necessarily you would necessarily know what the Age of Sail means, but for our visual purposes, as we kind of think, and it actually shows all of the stuff that you guys have discovered in your corner of the world, your den, Starlight's rig, the crust, 6.6 station, the Grant Feld, and it shows like like the Grant Feld does like this big cartoonish impressions of a giant squid tentacles out of the water, and then it shows the rocky roads. And the rocky roads, you start seeing lines drawn from one to another, like on one side or another, back and forth, back and forth. And you see little fires break out on little fires here and there on each of the islands. And you see the fires subside, and you see the fires start, die out, and then you see the lines go back and forth a few more times, and then there's just a settling, like a very static settling of things that sort of like almost, and then there's sort of like an almost a freezing over on like frost effect on the map, and then you come back to the room. Ooh, please open your minds to the maelstrom more. That was kind of fun doing that.
Wait. What did I get?
That whole last spiel is what you got.
Okay. I wasn't sure that was still Castiel or not. And so I was
No.
like,
Oh no, that's Castiel. That is Castiel. Well, you would get the same thing, Eot.
oh, okay.
Because you guys both rolled. You guys both rolled the 10 plus. So you both sort of get that information. Starlight, you basically get an impression of a Battle of Wills.
Right.
And not a new one either. Sort of an old one.
I like to imagine
Go ahead.
he has his teddy bear and he has like one of the Bibles and he just goes like, nah, and starts banging them together.
And the governor looks down at him and he goes, is he okay?
He just like holds the teddy bear and points out at the governor. Just like, you don't like her.
And he kind of chuckles and he goes, you could say that. And he goes, let me make this a little less formal. I'm sure the settings, my associates, my security force, pull off putting. Scarpucker has a way of making people feel a little on edge. My name is Pierce Axon. Don't ask me about the change of administration. That's not a relevant question at the moment. What is relevant, however, is I could use someone with your skills, Miss Fingertoes. As you're well aware, the Grantfeld has attacked a few times here and there. And without a mechanic around, without a savvy head of my own to take care of it, in the initial, in our initial, arrival here, I would imagine that it probably, I've got somebody on tap that might be coming, but I need someone in the interim.
Yeah.
I can offer you some steady work for the time being if you'll promise me you'll stay out of trouble and Let's not bring giant squids around, shall we? I don't think we can handle that many tentacles.
You know, I
I'm
will
pretty
do
sure
my
it can't come
best.
onto land.
You could still
Do we
probably
know
reach.
that?
You could still probably reach far enough to cause some damage to the structures, maybe snatch a person or two. But that's
Hmm.
neither here nor there. That was mostly a joke. I rather hope that you're not bringing a mutant squid here, and that's not a question that had to be serious.
It
And
does
yet
show
it
up
Excite
does.
sometimes. I'm sorry.
excitement pops in Iat's eyes. He mentions bringing the mutant squid here.
Right.
Drool comes from the corner of his
Apparently
mouth.
the calamari from it is amazing.
He's,
It's the boy's second favorite food.
he just kind of looks at the kid again, and at you again, like yacht, and he's like, "That's not at all disturbing." He goes, and looking around, he says, "In the meantime, you can stay here in the resort. Uh, you will, of course, understand that security presence will, of course, be maintained. Um, if you have any business in the town proper, you're free to come and go to take care of that. Um, and
I gotta. What's the jingle like? Job.
let's see. I think it's going to be like a per job basis, like per thing fixed kind of
Okay.
situation.
Okay.
Because he's not like doing like he's got a guy coming or a person coming anyway.
Right.
It's not like he's trying to put a retainer on. He's pretty much like, hey, if you
Sure.
stick around, I've got things that are broken or going to break, and I will pay you to fix each of those things as a per need basis. So let me take a look at this here because it kind of has hard and fast rules. I think it has some
Is he
fast.
staticky
So
for anyone else?
is Jingle? Is that a way?
Say that
No.
again. What?
Okay.
Jingle is
So I'll
your
What'd you
just
say?
reset. I'll be right.
Jingle is indeed your barter. Um,
So I mean, do you actually get barter out of it, or does it just go to your lifestyle?
well, you get
It's your
barter
barter.
out of it, but you have to pay for your lifestyle at some point.
But if
You obviously don't,
but if
but
I don't pay for a lifestyle, but I do Jingle, do I get extra? Do I just get that barter then?
yeah, you just get that barter. Everybody just gets that barter. It's the difference is you don't have
Cool.
to at the beginning of the session pay for your own upkeep. So that will likely change if your our Rockstar gets a chance to change who holds his leash, because you may end up having to pay for his lifestyle, but you don't have
I
to
will
pay for
eat
your
him.
own. You don't. For Savvy Head, at the beginning, let's see, that one time I finished.
You guys should like
Okay,
rent me out as a disposal service.
I think
I mean,
probably.
I'm willing.
I think I'm gonna say that probably like depending on the item, and I think he probably has the first thing off the bat, but he's not expecting it immediately. He's like, we've got um, we've got a water pump that's kind of like sketchy. It's kind of been not terribly reliable. It'll make it through the night. You guys will have time to settle in, but I'm hoping first thing in the morning you can get to that, perhaps.
Uh, yeah, that's fine. And then once I finish that radio tower situation,
So I think you fix the water pump, and I'll get you 3 barter.
okay.
This is the radio tower. that'll net you. That'll net you. That'll net you 5. That's actually pretty freaking important to me. But
Right.
the radio tower is more important to me. The water pump is more important to the community. Let me probably better to put it that way.
Okay. Well, why don't we fix the community? Sorry, let me get closer to this. Why don't we fix the community problem, and then I'll tackle your problem.
That's kind of what I had in mind. He said,
Perfect.
well, you'll be staying in the East Wing. I'll have also have Scar Pucker show you where your rooms will be.
Where's the hospital wing?
Hospital wing? He's like, you you an angel or something?
Oh.
Well, they would know the
Yeah,
common
something like
parlance.
that. Something like yeah.
When that happens, I pull out the guitar and start playing a hymnal.
He's like, yeah, we could definitely use you. Unfortunately, the last attack from the Grantfeld, took a pretty heavy cost to get him repelled. We've got a few people still dealing with some lingering injuries. There seems to be some people who've gotten an infection as well. Uh, is like, I'll have one of the men show you to where they're treating everyone, to where they're to the various places where you're going to be making a few house calls. There's not a lot in the way of not a lot in the way of an organized structure for that. You can thank the Grantfeld. Uh, it's like I will definitely. He says, "You're in the meantime, enjoy yourselves. The I hear the got some. Let's see. What's gonna? I hear down at the Pine Seed they've got some decent enough food. It's like
Neat.
they said they tell me they've got a local brew of some sort. And it's something intoxicant, some kind of intoxicant. Hello.
Hello?
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 Hello? Wow, you're really
Who's-
far away.
Yeah.
I know I was making a sandwich.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wait, we gotta move us. I forgot. We moved.
But yeah, you pretty much have the like Scar Pucker shows you where your rooms are going to be, and you guys are kind of left to sort of explore the island and do things. They do have a guy that can run you down. They can sort of like run you around to the places where you need to go to help people. Um, Castiel.
Trying to think of how I would be able to do something in Jingle, but like, other than eating stuff?
Well, let's look at the extended playbook and let's
Yeah.
see,
Yeah,
because
it's
I don't
I
know
can
if they.
scavenge and sneak rob wealthy population. I can serve a wealthy NPC as a messenger. I can serve a wealthy NPC as a lookout, spy, and peeper, and others as I negotiate.
So serving as a lookout or a spy, that's things that somebody might hire you to do. Scavenging and sneaking and robbing is essentially something that you don't have to take a job to do. That's you're getting jingled by actually doing that, running around scavenging and sneaking and stealing and shit.
I think I like the scavenging part.
You could also serve as a messenger because I mean it's not like It's not like the Governor Ack's son, doesn't like you or anything. I mean, he could probably use somebody to run messages to and from town if needed. Um,
So I want to see what kind of jingles and what kind of barter I get because it's interesting. Is it edible? Like, is it something I can put in my den, in my mini den?
well, I
The
think
edible part was half joking. I
as
probably
far
shouldn't eat my own barter.
right, well, I mean, you can eat anything. So the I think there's probably stuff like obviously foodstuffs. There's fucking which means that the barter that you're spending at the beginning of the deal for your lifestyle is just what you're eating from what they're trading.
Yeah.
For those of you who are not the child thing, who doesn't even have to spend at all, the um, you know it could be there's probably like wooden toys, a few metal items, a couple of like relics from the old world that have been salvaged. Um, some of it even potentially cleaned and restored to the best of their ability. Um, some of it could be like um, empty shell casings from guns, because remember, really a lot of mining going on here. Metal could be a particularly valuable substance, so shell casings could be barter or what have you. Um, and I think in order to give you guys sort of like a bit here, narratively, what do you guys want to do with your evening as you're settling in? Like, I know, uh, I know Castiel has went ahead and got straight to work. What are the rest of you going to do with your evening? Are you settling in, or some of you just getting straight to it, or what are you doing?
Yeah, just whips out an Old Testament from behind, like tucked into his back pants, and just whips and just opens it up and starts trying to read it.
All right, yeah. So, yeah, one of those weird books that you guys got for barter. Yod sitting there looking at the pages.
Mm.
His eyes seem to be moving. And what's Lemmy Pop Stardust doing with his time?
He settles in.
Yeah, yeah,
It's been a while since he's actually slept on land.
yeah. The rooms are, relatively comfortable, if a bit low end. The beds were clearly, made on this island. The people here have been sort of doing the best for they can to conserve, with wood for as little. They're very careful to replant trees like all the fucking time because they know wood's gonna get real fucking scarce if we use too much of it and don't plant new. So the but the so there's not much in the way of like amenities. There's maybe a place to like a place to bathe or wash yourself off at or what have you. Um, they kind of look pretty much like ski resort rooms for the most part, minus some of the conveniences, minus like TVs and shit, electronics and what have you. Um, but
Starlight wants to go look for Lemmy.
yeah, Lemmy's room isn't far from yours.
So knock on the door.
All right, yeah, Lemmy, you get a knock on your door.
Hello?
Hi. Do you want to try one of those drinks?
Uh, yeah, sure.
Awesome. Todd, go get us some drinks.
he, he, he's kind of, he's like, huh? Oh, yeah, sure. Takes off.
Right. Have one for yourself, but only one. 5 altogether.
Yeah.
That's all. And I'm gonna, after he walks away, I'm gonna tell him, you can have the drinks. We can have them together. I don't care. He'll just enjoy it.
So I can enjoy making Todd run around.
Yeah, fucking Todd.
Nice. Well, I think that being as we're kind of getting to about 2 o'clock here, I want to kind of do a little bit of wrap up in the sense that those of you who have picked up, work doing stuff, whether that's scavenging or whether that's fixing things or helping people. I think I said what, 3 barter for the water pump for Starlight, right? So you make that.
Yes, and then it'll be okay. And then the 5 for the radio tower. I assume that would just be.
Well, don't add the 5 in yet because you haven't done the radio tower
Yeah.
just yet. But
Cool.
the 3 I will go. We'll hand wave the water pump for the time. Yeah, you were scavenging. You managed to come up with 2 barter, and
I gotta think of what they are.
Castiel, you are tending to sick and injured people, and there's enough of them that you can make some barter off of this. I think you make 3 barter as well. I think that's for sort of like going around and working on the sick and the injured here.
That's good. That's what you got to pay next time we play.
So
His face.
you can all write down Pierce Axon in your contest to get contacts and give yourself 1 HX with him. And you can write in Scarpucker and write in 1 HX with him because you have met both of them.
Taser face?
Taser face. I was gonna my gang member taser face.
I just like Scar Pucker. I was like, at first I was like, Scar Pucker? That's the name you chose?
Oh yeah. No, I, and that's exactly what it was meant to be. Is just as ridiculous as that.
So good.
Hey, not every badass has a really cool name. You have to think, as dumb as a name as Taserface was, the guy looked like he probably fought a few battles and killed a few people.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's probably a reason nobody questioned that name until Rocket did. In any case. Yeah.
At some points, Eot rips a page out of this Bible and just throws it because it has the word wolf on it.
Oh, nice.
I was like, oh yeah, it mentions wolf a couple times.
Nice. Yep. All right, and cool. So I think that's kind of where we're at. You guys have mark-off experience for those of you who have reached your HX with and what have you. And I'm going to ask a question here, everybody. Starlight, who do you think knows Starlight better, or has a stronger connection with Starlight at this point?
I think probably Eot.
All right. Eot, give yourself 1 HX with Starlight.
Okay.
Eot, who do you feel got a better understanding of who Eot is? Knows Eot a little bit better or has a stronger bond with?
God damn. I'm going to have to go with Castiel because the healing, his mind got opened up when he did it, and then he told Eot no, and he didn't get bitten.
Okay, so Castiel, give yourself a HX with Eot. Um, and then Castiel, who do you feel has a stronger bond with Castiel? Who knows Castiel a little bit better?
Uh, uh, well, there's two different scenarios from today. The
Mhm.
whole thing with Lemmy when he did the guitar trying to give his name,
Mhm.
and then the whole thing with Eot on the boat trying to be a dad and be like, no, we're not making a stop. Um, so I'm torn between those two, and I'm not 100% sure which one's more.
Split the difference and use Starlight. I'm just kidding.
um,
I mean, I've known Lemmy for a while, so it's kind of a prop or a thing to him normal.
mhm.
And with the child, it was kind of like kind of standing my ground. And you kind of understand I'm not here to mess around. So I'm gonna go with Eot.
That's
Alright.
fair. That definitely makes sense because like
Yeah.
he did not expect you of all people to say no.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Eot, Mark and
I can't.
HX with Castiel.
Oh, so I was like, I can't go to 4. Is that because it resets to 0?
Yeah, it resets to
Okay,
0.
it's a
So
level.
yeah, there you go. See? And finally, Lemmy Pop Stardust. Who do you feel knows Lemmy better or has a stronger connection with Lemmy?
Hmm. I don't know. I hate to say Castiel. We always bond. And he did have to like kill me 3 times, so I had a lot of skin on skin today. Mm.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Castiel.
All right, so Castiel, Mark, and HX with the guy whose lifestyle you keep paying for.
I think that takes him to 4 though.
Does it?
Yeah,
Gosh,
I got one thing of experience.
Nice. So it gave him an experience points. Nice.
good.
So does that mean that you can change your leash over to?
Now he's got to do something specific for it.
Gotcha.
Uh, when I roll for the leash, if I roll low, then it goes to someone else, and I
Gotcha.
choose whether they like it or not.
Hmm.
That's why if I do fail, I can make it the boy because it will not only be funny but legit because they can't stop me from picking
You're a
it.
monster.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
I will eat your guitar, or I'll trade it for the barter you need.
Uh, awesome. Well, let's go ahead and do sign offs here. Who wants to start us off?
Trying to figure out which book has the gang thing for when you're a gang, or you become a gang.
When you become a gang,
Where you count. Yeah.
that's under Gunlugger. That's a Gunlugger ability.
Okay.
Mm.
I am a gang now.
Yeah. Not to be
Just
fucked
like
with.
a gang by yourself.
All
Yeah,
right, so
exactly. It means he can
tonight
take on a gang by himself.
tonight I
Uh,
was Let Me Pop Stardust.
mhm.
I have a lot of fun in this game. I really like this system. It's really simple, and we have a lot of fun with it. And swear words are part of it, and I like that a lot. On Monday nights, I play on the Fire Strike as Captain's Eye, a 6'4" Kasathan that's got 4 arms and kind of looks like Goro. Um, that that's our thing. We've been doing it for years at this point, and it's awesome. The gesture fucking really keeps it crazy there. Uh, Tonight, it is noted that T Public is having a sale, which means you can get Amy Geddon and Purple Codex merchandise for a certain percentage off. I think it's like 35%. It does say 35%. So for 35% and the purchase of an Amy Geddon or a Purple Codex shirt, you will give those girls 2 quarters for that
Hell
sale.
yes.
And they need all the quarters they can get.
Just
Um,
chuck them at us.
And just to remind you, these are epic T-shirts. They are not ethical in any way. And if someone has the second half of this commercial, let's go on with that.
Hi, buy our shit. We make good shit. And honestly, truly, we put our whole hearts into it. So if you want to buy it, it actually would be really nice and a fantastic ego boost. And also, it's absolutely true about getting the 2 quarters. So I need them. Please buy
Right.
them.
And remember, if you watch our shows on the regular and you think something should be a T-shirt, leave that in the board, and we'll see about getting that done.
Hell yes. Yes.
All right. Amy Gedden, why don't you go next since you're already doing a commercial?
Yeah. Okay.
We love you, Amy
Hi.
Gedden.
Yeah, I love you too. Hello, I'm Amy Gedden. Tonight I played Starlight Fingertoes, who was reminded by Lemmy to pick up her toes, and she did, and it was cool. So this is quite the adventure, and I'm really enjoying it. And I vote to change the name to Big Splash because that's funny, and it was a water park in my hometown. Um,
I
and
named an
let's see.
episode of I named an episode a while back the Big Splash Blues.
Did you? Oh, I
I did.
love it. Oh, I love it so much. Oh, this is such a fun game, you guys. Um, on Sundays, I am in Tales from the Cosmos, where I play 2 different characters, which is crazy because I'm just learning Pathfinder. It's either Stella Nightshade, an elf desk walker, or Leto the barbarian orc, who doesn't talk a lot, but she's a big tank and I like it a whole lot. And then on Mondays, I am in Starfinder with the Jesta, and well, actually, all these guys. Oh my god, Saturday. It's just the weekends
Amy
are the
has
best
truly
now.
bloomed as a player since she started.
Oh, thanks, Fran. I I am Besa Ribbon, the Lashenta envoy, who is a medium but very curious about life. So now she's an intelligence. And we have loads of fun,
And a
and there's so
lieutenant.
much. And I'm a fucking lieutenant. Holy shit! Like, Ashira should be pissed. I think she is. I don't know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, she is.
she should be. Like, that's fucked up. And I love it, but it's fucked up. Yeah,
It was a
and
good
just
ploy.
it was. It's a very, very clever, dramatic. I like it a whole lot. Yeah, so we're not really. Oh, wait, I forgot about Sundays. We also do Cowboy Bebop. If we're not doing Cosmos, it's still Cowboy Bebop, and we're using cyberpunk rules. So basically, it's a video game, but an RPG. That, and it is like so much fun. I really being able to jack into shit with my body, which is weirder than it sounds now that I said it out loud. And I guess
We like straight lost you there.
you lost me.
Oh,
Oh, now you're back.
hey,
No,
Eric.
I mean I was done.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
was like, I thought she was done.
All right.
I was done. I trailed off in the distance and said I'm done.
Okay. I guess I just didn't hear that. My bad hearing.
No, it's probably my shitty microphone.
So, sassy or psychopathic? Which one of you wants to go next?
I can go. I just want you all to imagine, like, what if after the next day, like, we all do our own thing, and then Iat just walks up, and then behind him you see just eyes appearing in all little shadows of the area as tons of little tiny children all crawl out of the thing, and that's the new gang, is
All
all
right.
horde of murderous children. Anyway,
All I'm saying is, if you decide to
Thunderdome.
have the children of Judah, I'm completely down with that.
I am too.
just make them all wild things. Like, where did you find that? It's so
Nice.
tempting.
The last time I went into the Maelstrom, I found some friends.
It's like I can be my own gang, or I can just have a gang, and it's really tempting to have a gang, but then I'd have to make them things. I think I'll just be a gang. Anyways, what up?
Well,
I'm
doesn't
yeah.
that it makes you ridiculously better at damage? You could actually take out the mutated squid.
Not necessarily, but it does mean that he could, if he and Starlight ever came to blows, Starlight could
Oh,
send his gang at him, and it wouldn't matter because he's a gang too. It'd be a fight.
Todd going
It'd be a
down
gang
first.
fight. It'd be a gang.
Fuck Todd.
It'd be a gang fight
He
between the
killed
yacht and fucking Starlight's gang.
Right. He killed 10 full-grown men.
Let's just bite off
He's
Todd's
11.
arm, use it to beat the others to death.
Hey now,
I
you
like
gotta
it.
leave one
Poor
because I
Todd.
need Todd part 2.
Well, no, you need Stacy. He leaves Stacy alive because she's nice.
No, that's Becca.
That's Becca.
Oh, yeah, Becca, I'm sorry. Sorry,
Anyways,
Becca.
you can catch me. Here's the Wild Child. I love it. This game is great. Apocalypse World is amazing. It's so open to what you can do. And then yeah, tomorrow for Cosmos, currently interlude with Cyberpunk, aka Cowboy Bebop, Welcome Back Cowboy, all that fun stuff. It's crazy. I play Jace Van Laer, the gambling man who can take a beating and dish out well, he doesn't get hit. He hasn't gotten hit once. It's ridiculous. Who can dish out a beating using judo, and it's great. But otherwise, normally on Cosmos, you can catch me as Samira Mari and Aki Frostwalker, the cleric barbarian duo, open deep blue, investigating some strange ass shit, including disappearance of all the gods as the temples all decay into nothing. And then also way down in another city, I can't remember the name right now. You can catch me as Kirikasoki and Sylvain Forerunner, the rattling witch and whisper elf ranger, who that one just entered the party, so no one knows anything about him. That's pretty cool. As they hunt down some dude who just stole 2 women from our boat, and now it's just like, how dare you kidnap people and like sell them or whatever you're doing. You, what's the thing when people sell people?
Human trafficking?
Yeah,
Slavery.
you human trafficker.
Slavery, yeah.
Yeah, that too. Or serving for a vampire lord. We all know you are, stupid vampires. Beyond that, you can catch me on Mondays as Oliver Byrne, the bear who's a bear. And you're being a little frantic. Do you need a sedative? It's great. He can make a lot of different drugs, but sedatives is one of them, including a tranquilizer that can put anything out. It's amazing. And yeah, he's just joined the Tempest, I think it was, under Twinkle Toes, who they've yet
Twinkle
to really have a
Toes.
conversation. Or, god dang it, Twinkle Bailey. Twinkle Toes. I want to call
Twinkle
him
toes.
Like,
that. Hello, Twinkle Toes. Twinkle Bailey!
God.
Well, no, and if he says anything, be like, "Oh, I've been talking with nerds."
Oh, God. That's not what Nurx thinks about you. But yeah, beyond that, for Wednesdays, you can catch me in Hinch to Minch. Unfortunately, we did miss the last 2 sessions because, well, the first one I slept through it, and so did Computer King, and the second one, I was just. It's been a lot of work, 10 to 11 hour shifts. I just did not have the mental capacity for it. But yeah, I play Shadowhound, aka Dusk Puppy, aka Scooby Doo. It's great. I kill people, but I'm also doing it for a Scooby snack. And yeah, we're henchmen working our way up the ladder to becoming super villains. And I'm the vampire. Totally, I steal people's powers. But yeah,
I like that.
that's me.
All right. Psychopathic.
Sorry, I was reading. Yeah, Scott, Psych, whatever. I don't care. Pick a name. I played Castio, and you're expensive.
Just
There's a
next
reason
week.
I'm saving up barter, so when eventually he does manage to move his leash over, I'll just be like, fuck it, I don't care, do what you want.
Lord,
Ah,
I just gotta heal
right.
more people.
How often do you get to say that to a full-grown adult? Normally, you just get to say that to children.
Right. Okay, what else am I in? Let's start at the top of this list. On Monday in the Fire Strike, I play Xander. Who is, I don't know, he helped somebody with something. I don't remember. My brain is shot. But he's just waiting for the ship to come in so that we can go get the correct code for this device and we can start making it do whatever he wants. I don't know what his plan is. Maybe that's his plan. He'll use the device for his own undoing. Anyways, but he still needs the code. And then on Tuesday, I don't know the name. The hammer, horn
Um,
hammer.
Tuesday, that's
Hard
like
hammer, isn't it?
it's the Harn system and it's Osel Bridge.
Elser Bridge,
Yeah.
where I play Isabella. Which last session we tried out combat, and I've come to the conclusion that I need to stay the far away from combat as much as possible because I got knocked out both times.
The first time was really bad. Like, first round, broke whip, sword to the face, on the ground bleeding. Done. Like,
Second one, I got an arrow in the throat.
yeah,
That sounds terrible.
that one wasn't dying, though. Just unconscious.
Yeah,
Um,
bad. So I'm going to avoid combat in any future endeavors in that game. Just saying, I will let you do all the fighting. Okay, so on Wednesday, I'm in instruments as well, and I play Knight. And Knight wants to go stop these stupid Canadian alien motherfuckers from the rolling blackout because he misses his cargo shorts with the awesome pockets so he can have like years of snack cakes in them. He really misses that.
snack cakes is a motivation for a supervillain. I love it.
My pants of holding.
Yeah. Okay, I got more. I'm in a lot of things. I don't know why. Okay, so then on Thursday, with fast cars and clear gyms, finally figured out what my character's name. His name is Mikey, and he sneaks around and does nefarious things that way to find weird gems in a box. I don't know what we're supposed to do with the gems, but whatever. We found them.
Well, we turned him over to the guy that hired us.
Oh, that's right. It's been a couple weeks. I forgot. Okay. I think that's it. Oh, if we do Ballad of Menagerie, I'll be chess when we do that. And I have no idea where we're at in that. I totally forgot. But yeah, that's everything, I think. Yeah.
All right. Well, with that said, I am the Just King Zerat. You can catch me here on Monday nights for the Fire Strike, my favorite group of space terrorists, space pirates, and never-do wells. You can also catch me here on Tuesday nights for Osel Bridge, the Hard Master system. Boy, that system is insane. It's very different. On one hand, it's very interesting. On the other hand, it can be pretty unforgiving. I did not do that much better in combat. Well, the second go around I did, but the first combat didn't turn out well for anybody, including the person that was attacking us, because the last round of combat was literally both the bandit and Yorick knocking each other unconscious. Everyone came out a loser in that fight. The second go around turned out a little bit better. Yorick won that one. Not by a ton though. I am also here for Thursday nights, Fast Cars Clear Gyms, where I play Khan, who is a mastermind, kind of a cool character who is typically fairly flexible, kind of has a laissez-faire attitude, sort of kind of thing. But he's also, plans within plans within plans in his own right. And then I'm hoping we didn't get it this Friday, this last Friday, like I promised. The scheduling just didn't work out for pretty much anybody really, because there was still some time needed on scheduling for JJ, and Captain Revenge is still working on his character. And I guess I probably needed a few extra days to plan stuff out. But the Ballad of the Menagerie, with any luck, should be coming back next Friday, where we will get back with that ship and see what's going on there. And then, as you just did tonight, every other Saturday, which means not next Saturday, but the Saturday after, and, follow that pattern, you can catch me here for the Bitter Ends. We're in the Waveworld sessions right now. Everybody is, everybody's just kind of, doing the thing in the ocean apocalypse, and it's kind of crazy and weird and going all over the place, and we're just kind of figuring things out. So it'll be we'll find out what this game entails and what kind of craziness we get into as we go. You can also catch me over on my other channel of The Rot, where I sometimes play video games. No, I do not have a direct schedule. Yes, I know I keep promising I'm going to get back to it. One of these days. One of these days. One of these days. But, if you're watching on Twitch and you want to go back and you want to go over everything that we said and try to decipher about half of the things that I mumble my way through, then you can watch us on YouTube at Paradise Theater. And if you are watching at Paradise Theater on YouTube and you're like, gosh, I want to watch this while it's live, the energy is crazy, and Uncle Bob cannot spoil the ending for me, or the jokes, especially the jokes. You can catch us on Twitch at Paradise Theater. There's an underscore between each word, as it were. And if you are looking for some scheduling updates, some community interaction, some random thoughts on all things nerd related, and some memes of some sort of temperature,
What memes?
those you can catch us at Pear Theater on Twitter. With that said, that's our evening, and we're gonna get out of here. Good night, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.